The True Hall of Fame. I'm your host, Michael May. I guess some of y'all could take this as man talk if y'all want. Some of y'all could just take this as just having a friendly conversation. I want to say shout out to you, Edgar. Thank you for the question on Instagram. You guys can feel free to follow me on Instagram at Michael May Forever. You guys know I have man talk here. I like talking about real life things that really affect men in life, men and women. But y'all know I'm here for my fellas. But Edgar asked me something, right? That I kind of felt like. And please excuse me, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but so Edgar asked me a question like, "Yo, it's crazy because like I watch you play the game. It's pretty cool how how efficient you are in the game." Then he said, "It's funny that I watch your man talk and I see how passionate you are about man talk." And then he said, I'm just like he wrote something lengthy. I don't want to read his exact words. I cherish what he wrote, but then he said, it's funny how everything you speak on, and especially when you pray on something, it always seems to come to pass. And he's like, you'll say something and I'll watch somebody else try to steal your idea. You'll try to help people, and then I'll see how your channel keeps growing, how you keep getting blessed. Every time somebody try to stop you. Now, I can't tell y'all how to, but I can tell y'all how I learned to tap into the power of God. Now, I gotta say this, y'all, because I know some of y'all don't believe, and that's fine. Please, if you don't believe, that's okay. But you should believe in something that's a higher power than you. So I am still talking to you. Whatever you believe in, there should be something above you that you should you should know that there's something that you're inspiring to be like. You understand? And for me, it's God, it's Yahshua. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm in the tribe of God, Yah. You understand what I'm saying? And I want you guys to understand something. That's why, like, not to get into a real deep conversation, but it kind of hit me because I wasn't under the impression that a lot of you guys pay attention to what I'm saying all the time and what I'm doing. So maybe I should be a little bit more careful. But I think that should also go to show you people that I'm not acting when I turn on my camera. I want you guys to understand. A lot of people think that when they turn their camera on, they have to be an actor. They're playing, like, one time I heard EJ say, it's all entertainment. I'm playing a role. Though I can understand it, the being entertainment is cool, but I still have to be myself. I still have to be authentically myself. And it's the same way how, ready? Somebody who says, right, as like y'all guys meeting somebody that says, oh yeah, I used to rock with Mike. I used to rock with True. Oh yeah, I knew him. I knew him way back. Well then, you knowing me then and knowing me now is two different things. Stick with me. So I was around the age of, I want to say I was like, my son Truth, which is my second oldest, right? You know, his mother introduced me to church. Though my whole life I understood that God was there, God was present, things of his nature. But somewhere along the lines, when I lived in Yonkers, she introduced me to this pastor named Pastor Juan. And I always give him his credit. Though I may not fully have engulfed myself in what the church does, because I do believe some churches are just prosperity preaching. I do feel like some churches are just trying to preach like to make you feel good, where I don't go to church to feel good. I go to church to get the word of God. And last time I checked, when I read the book, when I read the Quran, yeah, our God is a loving God, but he was also ferocious. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play no games. And you know, one day I sat down with him. I kid you not, I'll never forget it. I sat down with him, and I remember at that time I was going through a hard time. I was going through a breakup, and I came to him. I went to church. I think it was around Easter. It was at minimum at least 10 years ago. And I sat down with him, and maybe this can help some of y'all. And whatever higher power you believe, you got to turn to that higher power. Like I told you, mine is Yah. And I sat down. I invited him out. I said, I want to speak to you after church. And, you know, me and him were talking. We sat down, and I said, listen, let me ask you a question. I said, you always speak in church about tapping in. You gotta know how to tap in with God. You gotta talk to him as your father, XYZ. And when I tell you, literally, the man showed me how to step by step. I think, and it's funny because he told me, he said, you know, I tend to tell people what to do, what they have to do, have a relationship with God, right? And he said, but I'm gonna specifically tell you how to do it, because most people don't really care to know how. They just want God to answer prayers. And he literally was like, when's the last time you did this? When's the last time you done this? When's the last time? And we sat there. I think we must have been sitting there for like 2.5 hours, right? Then that was the very first time out of the 3 years me knowing him, that was the very first time he brought me to his house. He brought me to his house in Yonkers, y'all. I've never seen this house before. I went to his house. I was like, wow, this is a beautiful house. Right? Hear me. I think God put him in my life just to show me how to tap in, and then he moved. Right when he showed me how to tap in, he moved. I don't think that there's any other reason for that. And he showed me, I want you guys to understand how he showed me how to do it, right? I'm gonna give you just one. I'll give you an example. Do you guys notice, like, when I'm streaming and there'll be somebody who's just like a teenager, 14, 15. One time I had an 11-year-old. I know some parents have a hard time. You know what? Sometimes when they be like, yo, True, look at my build, I'm like, yo, shorty, why you at a 76 over? Why you at a, oh, my parents bought me the game, but they want me to grind it out. Alright, tell your parents. Now, sometimes these kids be sending me emails that look a little suspect. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's a scam or not. That's why I do kind of wish sometimes that I wish that parents were really connected with their kids, so I could really be like, hey, look, I want to do this for your child. You feel what I'm saying? But nonetheless, you know the reason why I'm so quick to do things? There's even times that maybe I'm not in a position at that moment to do it, But the reason why I still do it is because God puts that on my heart. It's because it's put on my heart for me to do it there, because there's something that I have to go. If it means me going without, that's where he needs me to be, and I have to be okay with going through that. And the problem with a lot of people is this: there's not going to be no. The book tells us that it ain't like there's going to be no trial and tribulation. When you pick a side, you already know, right? So this is the reason why I'm so enthusiastic to help, right? And even in the same message, Edgar said, was like, yo, it's funny because I'm looking at your page. He said, bro, every single month you have gained 1,000 subscribers. It's like you cannot be stopped. Yo, bro, how do you do that? One, I know how to stay out of God's way. Two, he was like, bro, even people, he was like, bro, I'm even looking at people around you, and I'm watching you catch up to other content creators. I'm like, that, because, all right, maybe some of y'all didn't have a sister or a little female cousin when y'all was young. Remember? I don't think it's it wasn't that. I know there was a toy set that they made a toy set of it too, but there was like a real thing in life. Like there's like a Coca-Cola like set it and forget it. I just know my little cousin had like the little toy one. You gotta set your prayers in motion. Ask for what you need to ask, and you got to get out of the way and let the chips fall where they may. See, now I want you guys to understand, because I do things from a genuine place, my blessing is incredible. Like the other day, I'm always going to shout him out, and let me I want to take the time to show love to some people. Yo, shout out to Paige. I don't care if Paige super chats. He'll super chat $1. He'll super chat $2, and I'm grateful. Like my eyes got watery at the thought, cause he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to. When Chico be like, yo, $10, $20. When Chico does it, when Carnage, there's so many of you guys who sit here and be like, yo, super chat $5. It is what it is. It's so many of y'all guys that show love to the channel. And you know what? And sometimes I like to believe, like, you know, because I know God gives you back when you give. But I like, even like, I feel like sometimes he's just showing me the tip of the iceberg. Like, son, we're going, just stick with my pace. People are going to start appreciating and seeing you, because I'm going to bring you to the light. And even how y'all boys see how Jared be super chatting enough for all of you niggas. Let's just be honest. And Jared, I can only play with him on the weekends. He be super chatting enough for all of y'all. You understand? And I'm 100% grateful. But even that, ready? I know Jared sits back and goes, damn, you know what, this month, even though I'm a member, I could only super chat 50. I could super chat. If Jared never super chatted, Jared is one of my biggest supporters. But that's because those things are put on somebody's heart, right? So I want you guys to understand something, right? But now this is my biggest key to what, and I know some of y'all guys, especially for Edgar, to ask me like that specific question. Like, you know, why you always pray to God and then it's like, I see it happen. I want you to understand my next and final step. The Bible tells us, right, that he could hear our words, but he can't hear our thoughts. he can. So some things I will pray, and because I don't want him to interfere, I go heavy into thought. Listen, there are times that people look at me like I'm wild. Like, I'll be like, really? And there are times that I like, not that I'm demanding, but like I'm going back and forth with this man. Like if he's like right here, I'm like, yo, come on, man, come on now. Like why this? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And it's like, and I'll tell him, I'm like, well, I need you to show me why this. I need to see this. I got to see why this happened. And I want you to understand, this is why you see certain people, they get stagnant and some just excel, because there's a different plan. And I want you to understand too, Satan rewards his people too. His people get rewarded too. But I want you guys to understand something. Last time I checked, it also says, it's not only in the Bible, it's in the Torah, it's in the Quran. Ready? The richest man in the world, the richest man in the world is the poorest man in the kingdom. So it ain't about money, it ain't about wealth, it ain't about none of that. It ain't about none of that, man. It's about where my heart is at, where my mind is at. I want y'all guys to understand something. One of y'all right now are struggling to pay your rent. One of y'all right now, your car about to get repoed. One of y'all right now, your prom is coming up, and y'all ain't got that suit yet because your parents, your family ain't got it. You don't come from that. This is why I tell you guys, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel up. You want to know why? And I'm not going to do it with mines. I'm going to make sure that y'all guys are participating in this. Because you want to know what? There's a guy on Instagram that his whole community, he be going around helping homeless people. You are going to be the ones who are going to help each other. This is your community. You want to know why? Because when we know somebody trying to get an outfit for prom, I'm flying in. We pulling up. Yo, what up? Oh, true. Yo, what up? Let's get you this suit, man. Stop playing. Come on, let's go. This is the reason why I keep saying, you're gonna promote this channel. You're gonna help this channel grow. I keep forgetting what this guy's name is. He's the Asian kid where he goes around to homeless people, and he's like, yo, I'm trying to get home to New York and I'm short like 50 cents. By any chance, do you got it? And they be like, yo, look, man, I'm homeless too, man, but here. And when they help out, he'll give them $500. And next thing you know, they invest in those people. I want to be the one to be like, you see how every dollar they invest into that person, he comes and gives them the money like, this is yours. We're gonna change lives. This is more than just playing a game. This is true Hall of Fame is gonna be different, B. This is gonna be a different channel, B. This is why I'm reintroducing myself. Shout out to everybody for getting me to 15K. This is gonna be a different channel. A different channel. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna really be out there helping people on the pavement. Now, watch y'all guys see some people trying to copy my style, because you know what? They're trying to imitate me. But you can try your best to imitate what God has put in my heart, but you won't do it the way I would do it, because God didn't give you the vision. You stole the vision. Ready? Another thing I want to say thank you for, because you guys don't seem to understand how important it is. Yo, my numbers, my viewership has jumped up so ridiculously simply by you guys hitting the like button. People, I want you to understand, you guys hitting the like button has changed things on this end. YouTube has hit me like, fam, you have got such a significant boost that people are noticing you in a tremendous rate. And I'm speaking to one of the program people, and he's like, I told you this a few months back. You have to tell people to hit the like button, because the like button tells YouTube, yes, more people need to see this. More people need to be a part of this growth. Y'all mean to tell me, ready? Y'all don't know somebody in California personally who their house burnt down? Huh? You mean to tell me that you don't know somebody who's being bullied in the school right now that we could pull up? I know a few homies in a few different places where we could pull up and be like, listen, man, this is our homie right here, man. Like, I'll reach out to what's that crew, the bully crew, anti-bully crew. I'm gonna work with different associations to make sure that we keep this thing strong. People, man, y'all don't understand, man. My dreams with this thing here is gonna be so big, it's not even funny. But you know what? But I'm gonna do it with y'all help. You wanna know why? Because it'll mean more for y'all versus me just doing it for myself. The same way how when the Chinese kid, the Filipino kid, he sits here and he goes, yo, everybody just started donating for you, and they wanted to see you get on your feet. You wanna know why? Imagine this, y'all. Listen to me. Imagine this. Imagine this. So imagine this. Imagine if 100 people super chatted once a month. Once a month, a $5 super chat. Once a month. Do you know what that'll do? Do you know what that'll do? You know what? Shit. Prom season's coming up. I got family who's in the high school over here. I might fuck around, pull up on one of the high schools, and be like, "Yo, look, man, who's the less fortunate person here, dogs? Be real. Who's the one that's the least fortunate? I'm gonna take care of his prom. And I'll film it. I'll film that thing. Yo, we at the prom right now, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Guess who his driver is for the night? True Hall of Fame, B. We driving him around the night, B. He good. And he gonna have a chauffeur with him. And I hire one of my boys to come out with me to be strapped with me, because we could do that. You know what I'm saying? We drive around with him, make sure he good, take him to wherever he want to go, make sure he good for the night, him and his lady, him and his little crew, or rent them boys a little limousine, make sure his tux is right. Because this is what we here to do. We here to give back. We not here to keep, we here to give back, because I do my own thing with the own money that I make. But which I give to this channel, we gotta give it back, B. We gotta give it back. It is what it is, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited that the channel's growing significantly fast. I'm really, really thrilled, and I'm so grateful for y'all guys, man. Just wanted to make sure you guys got that message. Y'all already know what time it is, man. I am your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here at True Hall of Fame Builds. I love y'all. I see y'all in the next one. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications, y'all. Turn on your notifications so you can start seeing every time I start doing some videos. I put videos out there. I'm gonna start posting more videos, premiering more videos, so you guys can get ready for that. You heard? True Hall of Fame Builds. We out.